Hobbies in UPSC interviews are the most important part of the entire DAF filling. In fact, the most misused and most emotional part of the interview. Now, if you really want to know what hobbies, just listen for next few minutes because आपका interview में score 160 है, 180 है, hobbies can. I've seen in the last more than 10 years, I'm in the journey of mentorship of students, teaching, guiding, and I have also given 2 interviews as a UPSC aspirant. And believe me, if there is a clarity on hobby and if the hobby का तरफ अगर interview जाता है, it will make a huge difference. So let's say, ask yourself what is hobby and why UPSC wants you to know that. Very simple. If you are, when you are not a UPSC aspirant, then what do you do? Who you are as a person? What is your creative ability? What makes you happy? What makes you use your leisure time? ऐसा कोई काम जो आप डी स्ट्रेस करने के लिए करते हैं, समथिंग दैट मेक्स यू मोर ह्यूमन, मोर पर्सन, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट ऑलवेज अबाउट वर्क, इट इज मच मोर बियॉन्ड देन दैट. So hobby is about the most emotional and most misused part. Who you are. Hobby tells what makes you happy. What you do when you're not in pressure. You like reading books, you like playing song, you like dancing, you like singing, you like cooking, you like doing gardening, you like playing violin, some people play guitar, some people play chess, some people watch movies. What kind of movies? Some people like to read. What exactly, what genre, kis author ke read, fiction, non-fiction, what kind of things that you do. So this is what I want to discuss in the next few minutes, just 3-4 minutes, and understand that. So hobby is something that you don't get for marks and reward. आप मार्क्स के लिए, एक रिम्युनरेशन के लिए नहीं कर रहे हो. हॉबी मेक्स यू पर्सन एंड यू हैव टू फिल देम वेरी इफेक्टिवली. So hobby questions reveal your personality better than any other question. What do you do when you're free? Are you a balanced person? Are you an emotional person? Are you a creative person? Are you a person who is able to maybe explore things beyond the routine or mundane? Okay? Is your life meaningful outside books? Can you think deeply on certain topic? So जब hobby पे आप जाते हो तो hobby is about maturity. It is about consistency because you do it regularly. If you follow a hobby, you are very curious about it. You have good knowledge, understanding about it, and there is a natural likeness towards that. Emotional depth, ability to enjoy life despite stress. So hobby is, it's a peep inside your personality, in your soul, in your understanding. और जितना आप better hobby करोगे उतना better होगा. Now before going ahead, there are certain mistakes people make during hobby. The first mistake is you write a hobby just for the sake of writing. Don't do it. Ask yourself, क्या है मुझे, क्या पसंद है, क्या करता हूँ. Many a times you are not doing it consistently, but you like doing it. There also you can justify it. So don't write if you don't know. Writing vague generic hobby. Reading. Now what reading? What kind of reading? Reading fiction books, non-fiction book, reading this kind of books, reading motivational books. Then what you do? आप अपने जो niche है उसको और कम कर रहे हो ना. You are able to refine your hobby and that helps a person asking you very important questions. और अगर आपने कहा है या किया है, believe me, it will make a difference. Listening to music, watching movies. What kind of watching motivational movies, watching sports movies, listening to classical music, listening to music, pop, hip hop, culture, whatever. Okay, so ये hobbies जब आप mention करोगे, it becomes very easier for a person because they know that you are doing that. Watching podcast, very, but specifically you want podcast of motivational, governance, administration, security, geopolitics. ठीक है. तो हॉबीज में तीसरे मिस्टेक, डोंट राइट टू मेनी हॉबीज, मैक्सिमम 1 or 2. तो मैक्सिमम 1 मिनिमम. 3-4 मुश्किल है बिकॉज यू एज अ पर्सन इट इज इम्पॉसिबल टू फॉलो 3-4 हॉबीज. देन राइटिंग हॉबीज टू इम्प्रेस, डोंट डू दैट because they will go inside deep of the hobby and they will rip you apart. The hobby is not right. आपको विश्वास मानिए, they will impact your outcome. आप 160 से 200 ही पहुंच सकते हैं और from 160 you can reach to 120 also if not filled properly. Ask yourself, are you really following this hobby? Have you done it in the last few years? Consistently किया है? Can you explain it? Can you, because hobby में they would expect 360-degree questions. 360-degree, left, right, center. Because वो hobby को link करेंगे. It should be explained. Can you answer philosophical question on hobby? Can you talk about technical question? उस पे अगर पॉलिटिकल क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, मॉरल क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, सब कुछ कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू आर रनिंग, यू लाइक रनिंग. You go for nature's walk. Now they might ask, how will it help your administration? You can say, sir, when I run, running is about discipline, consistency, and that makes me a better person, a better administrator, because administration is about discipline and consistency. Now when you give these answers, it will set you apart. Hobby is about technicality. What technicality में जाएंगे? Let's say your hobby is badminton, so they will ask about the court, the players, the rules, the height of the the net, the weight of the badminton, the weight of the shuttlecock. When this game evolved, इसकी history क्या है? कब हुआ? कैसे हुआ? Indian player, foreign player. Do you think that India should push badminton? Why we have not produced a lot of badminton players after maybe Shaina Nehwal and maybe that जो हमारी rank बन रही है? So they might ask such questions, okay? So when you are clear on these things, आपको invest करना होगा, and UPSC चाहता है, the board wants you to prepare on these, be ready for that. It is not a test of knowledge, but they will definitely test your understanding, okay? So that is how you have to look at it. Again, don't write whole paragraph, write in 2 words, 3 words, reading Indian history, reading short poems, writing stories, practicing yoga. Keep it simple, keep it basic, keep it genuine. और आप अगर उसको करते हैं, believe me, this will give you extra edge because they will look inside you as a human. Okay, so don't fill this section. And if you really want any support on the guidance program, interviews program, connect with us in the Manthan Personality Test Mastery Program. जहाँ हम आपकी प्रिपरेशन को पॉलिश करेंगे, will क्वेश्चन एवरीथिंग, हॉबीज के डेप्थ में जाएंगे, डैफ में डेप्थ में जाएंगे, सर्विस प्रेफरेंस के डेप्थ में जाएंगे, एवरीथिंग 500 DAF questions, AI based inputs, evaluation, everything will be done in the Manthan Personality Test Mastery Program. And believe me, this will take your journey to the next level. Okay, thank you very much. Do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and be regular for preparation updates, especially if you're targeting UPSC.